The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of blood. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking Jim Carrey as vampire in Once Bitten. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast. It's August Bites, and every August we talk about things that bite. We're talking vampires this week with Jim Carrey's Once Bitten. I'm joined as always by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's here.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm so glad that we are reviewing movies that this week with vampires that have no blood in any of them. I don't think. These are like the most tame these PG are the most vampires. PG vampires I've ever seen in my life. I'm really shocked at that, to be honest with you.
Well, she loves camp.
Yeah.
And it's also
there's more blood on your face right now than in all of these movies that we're watching this week put together.
It's accurate. It's very accurate. But this is also campfire week.
Campfire.
This is a campfire. It's campy vampires.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like comedy, goofy, not supposed to be taken very seriously.
No. Jim Carrey, man.
Jim Carrey as a vampire.
Is this his first movie?
Yes.
Is it his first movie?
I thought so.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's weird. He's retired now. Jude's also here. Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry, I totally forgot to introduce people.
I'm enjoying my Blood of the Innocent.
Yes, me too. I'm almost done with mine.
Mine's all gone.
I made another one.
Is it virgin blood or just blood of the innocent?
Blood of the Innocent,
Oh.
which typically is...
I mean,
virgin.
2022, it's hard to find.
Nobody's innocent in 2020.
Which is the problem in this movie.
Finding a virgin in the 20th century is a nightmare.
Countess is also here. Welcome, sir.
What?
He put his teeth back in.
Didn't even notice. Well done, sir. Well done. We're all a little cosplaying today. I've got my blood on my face. If you guys are watching this series, which is 3 movies throughout the week, you'll notice that the blood continues to grow. And
Mine is annoying me. I'm going to wipe part of it
I'm afraid. I'm legit terrified. This is not going to come off.
off. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Once Bitten. Jim Carrey.
Once Bitten.
This is another
one that
80s
has its own
movie
theme song.
that has its own theme song. It's amazing.
Also catchy.
Yeah.
Very catchy.
Once bitten.
I think they overused it though.
Something.
Well, in the 80s, like, yeah, if you were to commission a titular theme song, you're going to overuse it.
Yeah.
They were like, play the shit out of that. We paid for it.
You guys want to?
I mean, there's no weird, like, shirtless saxophone guy down at the boardwalk.
Unfortunately.
I know you're missing that.
I am.
In your shitty Lost Boys movie.
I'm missing the Frog Brothers. I love that movie.
All right, so we're going to talk about Once Bitten, Jim Carrey's first ever movie. I did not know that, so that's really fun.
Yeah, it's the first movie that he had the leading role in.
Was there something before this?
So he had done like a couple TV movies, and he'd
don't
been,
count.
been in like very like small roles in like some things. But like this was like the movie that he could say like, I'm a leading man.
And where was In Living Color?
Oh, that was
the
after
90s.
this.
That was after this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's a big star.
Because I never could figure out, because I was a Saturday Night Live guy, and I
Yeah.
didn't know if he was, if In Living Color put him in movies or if he was already in some before that. Because usually you do the skit show.
Yeah, I mean,
Then you get famous.
He was a struggling long before Color
right?
came along. Yeah. And you can see like shades of that here. That's Jim Carrey.
He's surprisingly in this movie compared to some of his other roles. I think he was told to like tone down his comedy a little bit because
He probably wasn't completely crafted. He's a young boy in this.
I know,
But
right?
He was 23 when this movie
there is
was
that
shot.
scene where he's like in the dream sequence or whatever, where he's in full makeup and Dracula outfit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can see it come out in that.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
He goes full carry there for a few minutes. But
Yeah. All right, guys, real quick, we're going to take a break. I'm going to have some more Blood of the Innocent, and we'll be right back. We're going to get into the movie, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you like what we do here and you want to help support us, you can do it by playing a mobile game called Dragon Champions. Go over to saltynerd.com/DC and download Dragon Champions. It's a really great hero collecting game, and Matt Vader has finally accomplished his dream of reaching
80.
level 80.
level 80.
Level 80 in Dragon Champions. Master level 80.
Yeah.
And we've been chatting up a storm in our Discord app on the Dragon Champions forum. These guys have been passing down their knowledge to us lower plebs who are like lower level 80.
There are several of us in the Salty Nerd Podcast Guild
Yes.
who hit 80 this week, and that's very cool.
And Vader actually kills the Dragon Champions raid while we're recording our podcast.
I did.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Just now.
I did 2 of them.
2?
I left the boss for the end for the plebs to kill.
It's adorable.
If they need me to come in at the end and kill him,
Right on.
I'll do it tomorrow. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, guys. So if you download the app, head over to the promo code area and type in Salty. It gives you a little bit of a leg up because the developers like our show, so they helped us out, and fans of our podcast can step up above the rest by joining up on our guild. Once you reach level 20, you can join our guild, which is ran by one of our patrons, JT. Shout out to him.
Shout out to JT, but he needs to get his ass moving
What level is he
because
at?
he's only level 60 and he sucks
shit.
because he's not level 80 yet.
I'm
Come on, man, get it together.
like level 27.
I know because you don't play.
I don't play enough. I need to play more. All right, guys. Let's get into Once Bitten. Take it away, Jude.
All right, sir. 1985. Once Bitten. Rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour 34 minutes. This had a budget of $3 million. What do you think this brought into the box office?
Okay, so I overestimated Transylvania.
Yes.
So I'm going to say $9 million.
Okay, Vader.
Got some SNL.
What was the budget?
It was $3 million.
Man, this first watch for me, and I don't remember what kind of a scene this had back then, but I'm just gonna guess and say 7.5.
$10 million.
Oh,
This made
nice.
$10 million at the box office.
More than tripled its budget.
Yeah.
Good for it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because this came out the same year as Transylvania 65000, which is the movie that we reviewed previously for August Bites Week. And that had the exact same budget, $3 million, and it made roughly around $10 million. So it's,
7.
well, I said roughly. So they both pulled in roughly the same amount of money for the same budget.
Listen, if you come up to me $4 million short, I'm going to notice.
You'd be like, it's roughly the same.
Just a real quick, if people want to watch this movie and not spend any money on it, it's on Tubi.
Really? You watched it on Tubi?
I watched Tubi. I mean, I watched this and Transylvania 65000 on Tubi this week. So
I rented all the movies, I think.
yeah.
Good old Tubi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tubi's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to deal with some ads
For these, well, it's
for
also,
these old shitty movies.
And
yeah.
if you're
So,
older like us, you got to take a bathroom break anyway. So just time it with the commercials.
yeah.
I just spend the $3 and I rent it.
yeah,
What's funny is growing up, like this was played on like HBO a
Yes.
lot, I
Mhm.
think. And so like
I see
I
that.
can remember like when I was younger, like having seen this movie, but it's been like decades since I last saw it.
First watch for me. So Jude, take it away. What's it all
All
about?
right, sir. Being a vampire in the 20th century is a nightmare when you have to drink the blood of a virgin to stay young. It's 10 days till Halloween, and if the Countess doesn't get 3 doses of that sweet nectar ephemeral, she can kiss that smooth, wrinkle-free face goodbye. Luckily, Jim Carrey's girlfriend wants their first time to be special, and all he's got to romance her in is an ice cream truck. When the sexy vampire's minions get wind of Jim Carrey's unused dick, she sets her sights and fangs on him, popping up in unexpected places to try to get the 3 transfusions of virgin juice she needs to keep her youthful glow. Discuss.
I wish, just real quick, because I'm never going to mention it again, but I kind of wish Tom was here for this because I have some conspiracy theories about this movie.
What do you mean?
Well, so
That-
you want me to leave?
Adrenochrome. Have you heard the conspiracy?
No.
The whole Hollywood adrenochrome thing while
Oh,
these
yeah.
actors all look young for like 70
Drink,
years.
drink baby's
They
blood.
drink baby. Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's kind of, like this movie kind of freaked me out.
yeah.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like, if you know, you know. You know.
Where
you
did
know.
they come up with the rules in this movie?
I don't know.
This whole
The virgin blood thing?
eating the virgin blood from his,
Well,
that's
that's classic.
from his
That's
inner
lore.
Yeah.
thigh. I've never.
Oh, you got to get it out of his dick.
Yeah.
Well, no, his inner thigh.
Well, I don't know why they didn't just go with the dick.
I know, right?
Like, I got to bite his dick
Because it was made in
that's where the
1981
blood
or whatever.
that feeds your dick is.
in your inner thigh.
Yeah,
Ephemeral artery.
but
everybody
just-
knows that.
Just get it from the source.
It's a very strange rule.
Not the source, but
I mean, but what was really funny to me,
Are you saying you would rather have
Listen-
a vampire bite on your dick?
listen,
than your
if you're
thigh?
trying to
whatever.
get the sex juice,
listen, this movie
Yeah.
is very misogynistic, okay? Because dude vampires just have to bite them on the neck. Chick vampires, they got to go down on the dude to get the blood.
in the stank.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, I like that.
this movie-
chicks got to get down there. Dude's just gonna bite them wherever they want. So,
This movie's got a
Unless
lot
they're in the
of.
shower.
yeah.
Why did you have to bring it up already? I knew. See, I knew.
even say it.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Let's just say the 80s were a time when
People didn't give a
they
fuck.
were really played it real fast and loose with a
like
lot of terminology.
F attack, F attack.
I don't want to talk about that yet. I'm not even close to being there yet. We'll get there. The first scene that like made me kind of like really chuckle was Jim Carrey was with his girlfriend in the stupid ass ice cream machine.
Wait, can I ask you to stop for a second? I just want to get your take first before
General
you start
take?
Yeah. Did you like it or hate it?
I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
It's got some charm to it. And I think
that pleases me.
A lot of that is Jim Carrey, but it definitely has some charm. It takes itself a little bit more seriously than Transylvania 65000 did.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoy that a little bit more. But I really liked the dynamic that Jim Carrey had the whole time, except for this one scene. I'll talk about it in a minute, but I was really pissed off because I think it makes no sense whatsoever what he did. But anyway, that scene where he's trying to seduce his girlfriend in this stupid ass ice cream machine, and she's like, "This kind of sucks. I don't want to do it here for my first time." And I'm like, "I totally get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, 100%. That would suck in a two-seater freaking
knocking on his driver's side window.
Yeah.
Like, can I have a creamsicle?
Like, we're closed.
And he's surrounded by like people having sex.
Oh,
in
yeah,
their cars.
everybody.
That's the bit that made me laugh because he gets out and like literally there's an ass just like humping somebody. And, like,
There's just like feet hanging out.
The entire senior class of his high school was out there boning in their cars.
Yeah. And he's
That's
got
why
the
it's so
stupid
hard to
ass.
find a virgin.
He's got the stupid ass ice cream machine.
Yeah.
It was goofy. It was funny though because it made me laugh.
That was a real.
It's like he walks out of the parking lot and literally the camera like pans out and every car is just rocking, and he's just standing there in the middle like me all by myself. It was just
So
goofy.
the main vampiress in this movie
The
is called the Countess,
Mhm.
and the whole movie opens up with this big long tracking shot of her manservant Sebastian,
He was funny.
who is like the gay butler
Mhm.
guy. And basically it's this long tracking shot of him walking through this very 80s mansion.
Mhm.
And we see like, you know, like this like huge 80s TV with like the VCRs and like the workout bikes and stuff like that.
Oh, I miss the 80s.
Yeah.
I do.
The whole like mansion was like just englassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very 80s mansion.
Very 80s.
And there's this kind of running gag throughout the movie where Sebastian keeps locking himself in the Countess's closet to try on her clothes. And she keeps, whenever she tries to find him, she just opens up the closet and there he is. And
she's like, out of the closet, Sebastian. He's like, never.
No, he's like, I've been coming out of the closet since 1932 or something like that. But he was very funny. I really liked Sebastian a lot.
I thought he was good. I was watching this movie by myself downstairs in our living room, and
Jerking off.
no, and my wife walks down the stairs
While he's jerking off.
No, and she goes, "Well, what are you watching?" I go, "I don't know, some stupid movie Jude wanted us to watch, right?" And she goes, "What year was this made?" Because she sees a real young Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know, 93, 94 or something. And she looks at it. She goes, and they're in the club at this scene, right? And she goes, "No, that's 1985. I can tell by the clothes."
Oh my God.
That's my wife's
The next
superpower.
time you can't be on the show, we're bringing Story in.
So it's very 80s.
She's a fucking savant.
No,
That's awesome.
But, she's got like high school pictures of her wearing the same outfit
Yeah.
as,
That's
so,
awesome.
Just so you guys know, I am a product of this age. This is when I was 15.
Yeah.
I was the exact same age of these high school kids in this
Prime
movie.
Matt Vader.
Yeah.
Let's
so-
talk about that club. So basically, Jim Carrey is frustrated because he's still a virgin.
Yeah.
And so him and his, I'm assuming also virgin friends, who would have
for
would have
sure.
been happily turned into a
with
vampire.
with the voluntary gynecologist T-shirt
Yes.
or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
So they decide to drive
We
into
need to
LA.
have that t-shirt.
Yeah.
Do we need to have that t-shirt? Do we need to have another unwearable t-shirt?
You know I want it. So they decide to go drive the ice cream truck into LA and go to a club so that they can meet like willing de-virginizers.
Right.
Willing sluts, basically.
Listen, okay, this is the part that pissed me off.
They're all at tables and there's a phone on each
Shaped like a
table. Yeah. And so you can call other tables to hook up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a phone dating bar,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So what
Very
made me mad about this is like Jim Carrey's girlfriend is a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's hot.
right. She's hot and trying to get with her, and he just doesn't like the only place he knows how to have sex is in his fucking ice cream truck. It's so stupid. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do her, and I don't want the pressure, so I'm gonna go all the way to LA and go to some fucking club." And I'm like, if you can afford to do all that shit, just take your girlfriend to a nice fucking place and make it happen.
Peer pressure, bro.
It's
Peer
stupid.
pressure.
It was a dumb thing.
Well, they kind of explain this. So like when he's at the burger bar that his buddies work at, and remember, like he likes his stuff well done.
Yeah.
not mooing.
Set up and callback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Set up and pay off.
But so like he says that, like, you know, he's so obsessed with sex that he feels that if he were to just get it out of the way, then his relationship with his girlfriend could be like a lot stronger because he wouldn't be pressuring her so much to
That's
do
not
it.
actually how that works.
That's
but
not.
Nice try.
Yeah, that's not at all how it works.
It's not how it works, but like that was like his reasoning, and that's why his friends were like, "Hey, let's go into LA and find some sluts and hook up there."
I understood the reasoning. I just thought it was so dumb. I'm like, that is not at all.
Do you remember
Dude,
being an 18-year-old kid?
It's no.
Yeah, I took my girlfriend to freaking.
It's all these idiots. It's no different than the freaking Tinder culture that we have today. Except you do it on your phone, swipe left or swipe right. That's all it is.
People use Tinder anymore.
Well, whatever. There's other apps that do the same thing.
Feetfinder.com.
You know, there's whatever.
They're not a sponsor.
Just saying.
So
I wish they were.
one of the funny parts about this movie is that you know, the model Lauren Hutton was cast as the Countess, but originally the part was written for Elvira, the actress who plays Elvira.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
But she turned the movie down, and eventually they settled on Lauren Hutton.
Then it would have been an Elvira movie.
Yeah.
So that would have been a completely different animal.
Elvira is Once Bitten.
I'm looking up who that is. Oh, okay.
You know Elvira?
Okay, yeah,
She's
I do.
naturally a redhead in real life.
I do now.
And originally they wanted Michael J. Fox for the Jim Carrey role.
I could see that too.
Fine.
And this was around the same time that Michael J. Fox was doing
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, and they obviously couldn't get him, and so like they got
you did
Jim Carrey instead.
Could you imagine the different career trajectory that might have caused?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't get
Jim.
If we didn't get Back to the Future because he chose to do this movie instead.
He'd still be a teenage heartthrob, though.
The guy on our fake vampire teeth kind of looks like Jim Carrey vampire.
A little bit. Yeah.
You're on drugs.
That could have been like weird.
I'm on Blood of the Innocent.
We need to go to that weird alternate timeline where that happened.
Well, instead of doing Teen Wolf, he does this movie.
Yeah, that would have been strange.
Or they could have had a mashup between Teen Wolf and Once Bitten with Jim Carrey and Michael J. Fox, and it kind of collided together.
So Jim Carrey and his girlfriend are supposed to be high schoolers, right?
Right.
In this.
No.
How old do you think that they actually were?
Didn't you say he's 20 something?
He was 23, and I want to say she was like 23, 24.
She was 28.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't buy her as a high school kid ever, not once.
I don't feel guilty for saying she's beautiful then.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Yeah, and so there are two things I want to talk about with this movie. The first of which is, so the Countess, every time that she leaves like her sanctum, like her castle, and she goes somewhere in public, when she exits that place, she always just knocks someone over for like no good reason. I love that.
She's such a bully. Every time she's like walking through a place, she just literally shoves someone to the ground. I want to be that. I just want to walk through a mall and just be like, get out of my way, pleb. Shove someone to the ground. Join our Patreon.
I had a surprisingly good time with this movie. Jim Carrey, once he actually does get bitten and he starts to turn into a vampire and he slowly...
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. And I love how like his transformation is really slow
and subtle.
But he looks legit good as a vampire. He's like slick back hair with his sunglasses and he's all in black and all like that. And they go to that costume party or whatever.
Like, I'm not in a costume.
He's like, I'm not in a fucking costume.
That brings me to the second thing I want to talk about, which is the Halloween dance.
That's my favorite part of this.
And Jim Carrey shows up and like his girlfriend is dressed as like
Jill
from Jack and Jill. And they were supposed to do a couple's costume.
Yeah, and instead he's dressed in like black and everyone's like, oh, you're dressed as a vampire. He's like, I'm just wearing my normal clothes.
He's like, I'm not dressed up. And like the girl who's checking them into the dance, she's like, oh, here's your name tags and I'll put you in for the costume contest. And she's like, you, whatever your name is, you're Jill, and Jim Carrey, you're a vampire. And he's like, I'm not even dressed up. And he wins the contest.
He wins the contest. He gets mad about it too.
But there's this great really choreographed dance
Oh, yeah,
sequence
yeah.
here. Where,
So good.
Yeah, where basically it's Jim Carrey, the Countess, and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend and the Countess are kind of like dance battling over Jim
Well,
Carrey.
okay,
Yes.
so but the Countess just keeps popping up in unexpected places. Like he's just like trying on pants at the mall, and she shows up in the changing room.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to like suck his thigh meat.
She did.
Yeah, and she's successful. So she's got her two transfusions. She's got two transfusions. You know what I mean? I'm so excited. And then so she shows up at this dance like out of nowhere in like a bodysuit with tails.
Yeah.
And like
It's like a sexy
hat.
tuxedo.
She's got like the Gina Davis sexy vampire tuxedo.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Put the dance number in the chat.
I need to go away for a few minutes. Won't take long.
Use the downstairs
Okay.
bathroom.
Okay.
I use that one.
So then the three of them have
This-
a dance off.
The dance off is
I fucking love a
sexy
dance
as
off.
hell.
It is pretty
so sexy. And like Jim Carrey's physicality, where he's like doing all these weird movements, he does such a great job. But his girlfriend, who's all in white, and then the vampire, who's like mostly in black, like the two battling against, and then like the girlfriend starts to like strip off her clothes as they goes.
I'm like, whoa.
She like loses the apron, and then sure enough, by the end, she's in like the see-through miniskirt type thing. She's gorgeous.
I'm going, man, this is very solid gold.
Like I am not into dance numbers in movies. It kind of takes me out a little bit.
Have you ever been a party to a dance off though?
No.
You haven't even lived.
Have you?
Fucking yes!
Weird.
I drink a lot. And I used to go to bars all the
Oh
time.
my God.
Bars typically play music.
They have dance offs?
There are other girls in bars who like music. And you start fucking bobbing in a bar, and then you see a girl and you're like, yeah, this is fucking.
But are you like,
wait, do you want to? Oh shit, it's on.
Yeah.
you're like
Is it
dancing
on?
out
Oh, it's
for
on.
a dude?
No.
Or just against each other?
You just have a dance off, a spontaneous dance off in a bar. This is a thing that happens, Alex.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
and speaking of bars, the telephone bar that they went to in Hollywood, it's kind of funny because they're playing the theme song, the titular theme song, all the way to the bar.
Once Bitten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the whole theme of this bar is just telephones, and so you see these big novelty telephones behind Jim Carrey.
It's like a
the bar.
7-foot telephone.
and his friends keep calling these different tables. And one of the friends actually gets a girl to be like, yeah, come on over. And so he goes over, and it's a guy in drag. And,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and
I do remember that, yeah.
And his friend keeps using the same lines over and over. Where it's like,
His pathetic pickup line.
Do you guys remember what it was?
I'm a mature person,
Oh,
and
you're a mature person.
You know, you just want it, right?
Why don't we
Why don't we
just
just
cut the crap?
cut to the chase
Yeah.
and just do what we want to do.
Yeah.
I think that's a great line.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
line.
That's a good line. You forego all the bullshit and you just get
It's
down
like,
to business.
you're here to fuck. I'm here to fuck.
Let's go fuck.
Let's go fuck.
Yeah,
And-
for sure.
I would be like, first of all, don't you dare call me a mature person.
but when he's with the transvestite dude, he's just kind of like, are you a man? He's like, what do you want me to be?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I'll be anything you want, honey.
Oh, it was a sad time for trans people in the 80s. It was really hard to hook up.
But then they go to the table with all the cougars at it, and one of the woman's husbands shows up with like a gun.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Oh, that's right. There was a shootout at the bar. Holy shit. How did I forget
That's
about
a good
that?
band name.
What's that, a
Shootout at the bar?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think that's ever happened at a hookup bar before? It had to happen.
Probably. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it happens all the time. No big deal.
Whatever.
Just relax. It'll
Duck
be
and
done.
cover, and
Yeah.
when it's done, just get up and start your day again.
But I like just how casual it is that like this guy's like firing off a gun in a bar, and the police just show up, and it's like no big deal.
And
big
on
deal.
the way out, his wife is like, "Oh, Daddy was a bad boy." And he's like, "Yeah, I was." Then this is part of their kink, and this is the thing: don't make other people part of your kink. Keep your kink to yourself.
There wasn't 24-hour news networks back then. It wasn't a thing, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, people are walking like lions down like the Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh my
you know,
god,
on a
LA
leash.
looks so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Not to say that LA isn't weird.
It's
It
super
is.
weird still.
It is.
Yeah.
But they make LA look really outrageously weird.
All
There's,
right.
there's like a photo shoot on top of a car, just like as you're driving by, and she's like, "Here, have a prop from the photo shoot."
and his friend gets like so like turned on by that blow up beach ball.
He kisses it. He kisses the ball.
He does. And what about like all like the Countess's like weird minions who are just
Okay,
like...
this is the saddest part of the movie because they're on the hunt for a virgin for her so that they can all partake in youthful glowiness. But like the end game is that you just get shoved into this fucking basement dormitory in a coffin with all of these other guys keeping
Dude,
her alive.
There was like a dude there.
Sucks.
There was a dude there that was like dressed up in like a sailor's outfit from like the 1700s or something. I'm like, has he been down there the whole time?
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of.
He's never gotten a coffin upgrade. That one girl was in like a fucking wicker basket.
Yeah, well, that's her coffin.
That's so weird.
It's like, don't they all like ever spread out and go spread their wings and go become their own masters somewhere?
I don't know. I guess they're kind of
How long do you got to like be in vampire school before you go out and get your own castle?
Gotta ask Guillermo.
Guillermo. Not you, Guillermo.
Not you, Guillermo. I just watched. I started watching What We Do in the Shadows season. Was it 3 now? I think.
Like
I gotta get caught up.
I got. Oh yeah, season 3 is pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Tell me nothing.
2.
Tell me nothing. Shut up.
Yeah.
Guillermo.
Fucking Nandor, dude. That motherfucker. I swear.
All right.
I want to wish for a great big penis.
The fucking doll comes back. The doll shows up.
Shut up. Shut up. Tell me nothing.
So getting back to
sorry. Once Bitten.
There's a particular scene which we all found very interesting. And
we have to talk about it.
So like they use a gay slur in the scene. So when we talk about it, I would prefer to replace that with the word potato.
Okay. Potato alert.
Potato attack.
So like there's a scene in the shower and this like his best friends get told by his girlfriend, like, listen, something's up with Jim Carrey. He's acting weird. I found out this thing.
Also, she totally could have taken this on
as herself, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have just done this.
Like he's trying on pants at the mall. She's like, I've seen you in your underwear before. Then fucking look.
Go away. Like I don't like her either. But anyway, his friends are kind of stupid too, but they go into like, okay, we have to find out if he's been bitten by a vampire by looking at his inner thigh.
Mm-hmm.
The Countess should have chosen the very mature person that is friends with him.
What are you pointing at me for?
I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I'm
going this way.
Don't call me mature. Don't do that.
I would never.
So it's just a goofy part of the scene where this is what like really dates this movie because they were fast and loose with this potato thing, and I can't.
Dude, it was the 80s.
I know
nobody cared,
but it was just wild because I'm watching this movie and you get this thrown around in some older movies, and it's just like once in a while you hear like a bully say something like this, but like they're in there and they get found out by like the rest of the high school crew.
So first of all, they're in the school showers, and basically Jim Carrey's 2 best friends have been tasked with looking at his inner thigh to see if they can find any vampire marks.
Because his girlfriend did like some library research to see like where, how, when, and it turns out like a vampire will bite you on your inner thigh. And
so his friends don't quite know how to like check out his inner thigh, and so like they're trying to like kind of like get down close to him while he's showering and take a look at his inner thigh. And eventually they get frustrated. And so like one of them just grabs Jim Carrey from behind and tells his other friend, look at his thigh, look at his thigh.
Spread his legs and look.
And the guy at the time like had soap in his eyes, so he couldn't see anything. And so like he falls to his knees and everyone else in the shower is like, potatoes in the shower, potatoes in the shower. They start running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
It's like, okay, so we've had this discussion before. In the 80s, all the dudes got in the communal shower in PE class and for football and stuff, and that's just kind of how it was.
That's how it was.
Everybody knew who was packing and who wasn't, and that was just a thing.
I will tell you
it wasn't weird.
None of the girls showered. None of us wanted to get naked in the same space. No, like junior high, high school, none of us showered after weird. PE because we didn't want to get in the shower with each other.
It's very strange.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Totally burst my bubble.
Yeah, you just ruined tons of fantasies.
His fantasy's gone.
There wasn't like
okay, fine, but on the weekends,
there wasn't like group lesbian action going on in the women's locker room.
You mean it wasn't?
Get to class.
You didn't get to soap anybody's chest up or nothing.
It wasn't like that scene in Old School where they're like just wandering around.
I'm like,
damn it!
That happens in college.
All right, enough of that nonsense. Anyway, that was a weird scene, and it just kind of dates this movie.
But it was also one of the funniest scenes
It was
in the movie.
also funny.
And it was based off of the screenwriter's actual like experience where like that happened to him in high school.
Somebody grabbed him and tried to look at his thighs?
No, it was the potatoes in the shower thing where like someone accused someone else of being a potato.
They should have just came up to him and said, "Hey, you know, I don't want to be queer or nothing, but
I won't sound like a
I need to look at your inner thigh, you know,
I'm just looking to see if you're a vampire."
And what was funny is after that scene, so like his friends are all bummed out that everyone thinks that they're potatoes at the high school. And Jim Carrey comes up to him and is like, guys, if you wanted to look, why not just ask me? And they're like, did we like it? Is that why we did it?
Yeah, that's right. They were all worried. God, this movie's goofy.
Oh my God, so silly.
All right.
We got to watch Porky's. We're going to have to watch Porky's for the show.
Well, your birthday's coming up, right?
I might. Don't swing it past me.
All right, let's polish this off.
Before we polish it off, we got to talk about the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's this madcap kind of chase throughout like the Countess's mansion, 80s mansion.
Her very glassy mansion.
Yeah. And the two best friends find these two lady vampires. And it's very obvious that they're virgins and the lady vampires are seducing them. And we never find out what happens to them. And while that's going on, basically in order to save Jim Carrey from being feasted on for a third time, his girlfriend finally has sex with him in order to
inside a coffin.
Inside a coffin. But there's this great moment where like the girlfriend has a showdown with the Countess, and she's like,
because you're mean and evil. He wants me because I'm nice and sweet and pure. So fuck off.
Yeah, that was the F-bomb.
I immediately texted Jude. I was like, this is a line from Jude, 100%. That was amazing. The line delivery was perfect and just like, it was awesome. I love it. I laughed out loud. I think that might have been my favorite moment of the movie.
But Jim Carrey basically foils the Countess by having sex, losing his virginity. And then the Countess grows old, and her gay butler best friend is like, they're there. It'll be okay.
We'll find a new virgin. Can she reverse that, right? She can go and find another virgin and like reverse the aging?
I think she has to wait like a year until next Halloween.
We need a part 2.
Well, you can only do it on one day a year? What?
Twice bitten?
You have to do it prior to Halloween.
Oh.
Why isn't there a trilogy? Once bitten, twice bitten, and 3 times bitten.
Once bitten.
There actually is a movie called Once Bitten.
Again?
Twice. Do I have that wrong? Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Is that just an 80s rock band?
Well, that's an actual saying.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Let's polish this up. Do you have a favorite moment and give it a rating? Or a moment, I guess was the shower scene your favorite moment?
No. No, just brought back some memories. No big deal. Favorite scene? Probably the dance off. I thought that was kind of fun. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Cool.
You know, 2 hot women gyrating around, dancing. It was cool.
They were gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right. Give it a star rating.
I don't know, man. These movies are so hard to judge because I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're bad. I guess kind of like tend to stick down the middle and go like 2.5.
Okay. So
I think that's where I'm at. 2.5. Same as the last movie.
All right. Jude?
I loved it. These are all obviously my picks.
Yeah.
And I just I wanted to choose vampire movies that were very campy this week, and I feel like I was very successful. And Jim Carrey in his first leading role, and Lauren Hutton, who was like a huge thing in the 80s. I don't know how you guys feel, but like she exudes 80s like hotness.
She does.
And in her like workout outfits, she just like wakes up already ready to work out. Bitch, get it. It's just this movie is just so much fun, start to finish. God, I don't even know how to rate it.
You gave Transylvania 4.
I know I did. Campy vampire movies. This is 4.5 vampire virgins.
Wow. 4.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I said what I said.
4.5? Strong.
Very strong. Kiddish?
So this is another movie that I was surprised I had a ton of fun watching.
Was this a first watch?
No, I'd seen this a long time ago. I mean, it might as well have been a first watch because it had been decades since I'd seen it. But it was a lot of fun. It was way more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. And I just had a blast with it. Like, you know, seeing young Jim Carrey kind of strut his stuff. And it was a movie that obviously didn't take itself very seriously. And it was kind of funny seeing 1980s Los Angeles, Hollywood set to a titular theme song. So I'm going to give this one 3 solid potatoes out of 5.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. So the movie that I was thinking of, it's with George Hamilton, and it's called Love at First Bite.
Oh yeah, Love at First Bite.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it way better than Transylvania 65000. I'm going to give it 3 virgins out of 5 for my movie going experience. First time watch, a lot of fun. Jim Carrey as a young man, good looking dude, and hot vampire, hot girlfriend. Good movie. 3 out of 5. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you're brand new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what your favorite campy vampire movie is. If it's Once Bitten, good for you. All right. Vader,
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Vader, where can they find you on the socials?
You can find me at MattVader74 on the Twitter and the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and, you know, those places.
Cool.
Social media. Woo. Yeah.
Jude.
Oh my God. How can I compete with that?
I know. I'm super enthusiastic.
Social media. Woo.
You can just, I guess, find me at I am Juju on Instagram or TikTok. Back to you, Kadish.
Okay, Kadish, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter. KadishBooks.com takes you to our Amazon page. And if you'd be so kind as to leave us a 5-star rating if you're listening to us on Apple iTunes, that would be really fantastic. We need 50 more of those to get certified on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
All right, folks, if you want to talk with me, you can head over to saltinerdiscord.com and join our Discord app. We have a ton of really great chats there. And if you happen to be playing Dragon Champions, which is our sponsored video game on your mobile app, you can join into the Dragon Champions chat room and talk to the 2 masters here, level 80, and get a leg up and a little bit of support on how to gain momentum in the game.
Don't ever call me master in that game. I'm so
Yes,
far from
master.
Use Mazda.
Shut up when I do.
I'm helping you.
Subscribe to the podcast. All right, stay salty, folks. See you later.